Welcome back to another episode of OATS Uncut, Orator Academy Talks Uncut, unedited, unscripted, unfiltered. Why? One, because life is like that, unscripted. Second, because we are a bit proud of our perfect imperfections. So we come to you as we are. Today I have with me a very inspiring lady, Annette Romano. Or should I call you Mayor Romano?
No, Annette is fine. Thank
Annette
you.
is fine.
Thank you.
No, I am just so proud to be sitting next to a female leader. That's why I feel that's my humble brag.
Thank you.
Mayor Romano.
Thank you. Thank you so
And
much.
that was the reason that I approached you the other night at that one event that we met for the first time. When I came across the table, when somebody said, "Hey, that's the Mayor of Millburn," I said, I need to say hello to her because I want to see more and more women not just getting a seat at the table, but leading the discussion.
It's wonderful. It is.
So I am so grateful that you have taken the time out over a weekend to come and sit with me.
Thank you.
So,
my pleasure.
Really, really grateful. You have a beautiful story. You've always been very driven by giving back to the community. You were telling me a little while ago that you were raised by your mother with the most important lesson, to be the change. And that resonates with me so much because I strongly believe in that. If you see something, fix it. Don't just go crying about it or finding faults in the world. If you can do something, show me.
Exactly.
So when did this journey start and how?
Well, like as I mentioned to you earlier, growing up, my parents always gave back. My father would take the shirt off his back to help somebody out. He never said no to anyone, neither did my mom. And I just grew up surrounded by that. And I'm just so proud to say that my children are the same way right now. And they will help anybody. And if I can't help you, I will find somebody that can help you.
That is phenomenal. You were very involved with the Red Cross.
I started with the Red Cross shortly after 9/11 as a volunteer. You know, everyone wanted to help after 9/11. I started volunteering there, writing thank you notes. Shortly after that, a position became open, a part-time position became open. My children were young, so I took the position. From there, I became the director of health and safety there. And the Millburn chapter of the American Red Cross was a special place. It was a special place. People from town stopped in all the time. We had wonderful volunteers. The children stopped in, lemonade stands, bake sales after 9/11, and everyone came in with, all the money that they made, and it was a wonderful experience. I was able to meet a lot of people, and I will never forget my years at the Red Cross. And that's where I was first introduced to the food pantry.
And how long have you been involved with the Millburn governance?
Millburn governance, well, I used to be the Democratic chair of the Millburn Short Hills Democratic Committee. Myself and my husband, we basically led that committee for the past 25 years.
Wow.
And I knew all the issues. We helped to elect all the candidates. And I ran myself about 25 years ago when we couldn't find anyone else to run. I ran twice and lost. And as time went on, there was change I wanted to see. And I said, I just have to run myself. I've done it all this time. I know what I'm doing, and I wanted to run. And I ran, and I won. This third time was a charm.
Third time was a charm, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Thank you.
So we talk about equality and gender equality and racial equality and many other forms of equality. That frustrates me sometimes because we live in a developed nation, and I tell people often that I was born in India, and when I was born, we had a female leader in India. And that's a developing nation. I come from a country which is not as developed as the one that I have chosen to be in, and yet the disparity boggles my mind.
I know. It does.
So my mission is also, that's why I want to know more leaders who are female leaders, to let them know that they are doing a great thing and that we are very proud to have them in our lives and in our country. And I try to groom my young female students and I keep joking around with them. Hopefully some joke will stick someday, and I said, well, I hope to see you running for president so I can brag to the world that you were my student.
Yep. I mean, we're tough.
We're tough.
We're tough. We are, most of us are moms.
Yeah.
So we know how to lead.
Didn't Margaret Thatcher say that, right? The famous quote.
Right. We know how to lead. We know how to organize. We know how to plan, and we know how to work towards the future. Whether that's our families, our parents, right? We just know. We were just built that way.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, that reminds me of the Iron Lady's quote. Margaret Thatcher said, "If you want something said, tell a man. If you want something done, tell a woman."
Tell a woman.
So that is a fact, because that's why a woman is a natural multitasker. No matter, if there's a call in town and you need to rush for that, you will still be somehow able to manage who's coming in the house and who's going and what needs to be taken care of. And the social stuff at home will also be controlled by a woman, and she will be a successful woman outside. I mean, I was listening to Indra Nui's story, the PepsiCo CEO, and she said when she got that job and she came home, her mother actually said to her, she was excited and announced the news, and mother said to her, well, leave the crown in the garage, go get some milk, we're out of milk. so first of all, women need to be wind beneath each other's wings, and we need to support each other, because that's how we will grow collectively.
Exactly.
But I hope that this country does better in the upcoming elections, and not just to elect a woman, but to elect the right leader for so many other reasons.
Yes.
And I feel that half of the people sometimes hold back because they are not ready for a female leader. That should not be the case.
I agree with you 100%. And that's all I kept hearing, and that's all I hear, and it couldn't be further from the truth, because we're like the mama bear. Right? We always defend we're there for our children. No one is going to hurt my children. And it kind of is the same way once you become an elected official or a leader. You're protecting your community. Mm-hmm. And it just makes us tougher.
It does make us tougher and more resilient. Did you ever feel that this came in the way of your personal life, or your personal life kind of held you back or made it difficult to serve in the capacity as a leader of the community?
I got my college degree later in life. I out of high school, I got a full-time job right away, and I didn't want to go to college back then, and my parents didn't push me to go to college. So I worked, put our children through college, and then I realized it was time for me to do something for myself, because that's what was holding me back. That was my insecurity, that everyone around me, including my children, my family, had that college degree and I didn't. So I did it online. It took me a couple of years, and now I have that, and I'm proud to have that. I'm proud to have that.
Of course.
I learned a lot, but that was what was stopping me.
Was that really stopping you, or that in your mind?
In my mind.
In your mind.
In my mind.
You were telling yourself that
this
is holding me back.
This is holding me back. I had to do it for myself.
You had to do it for yourself.
I had to do it for myself.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I've learned after moving to this country is that you can really be yourself. And I've appreciated that, because, the very stereotypical Asian parent expectation of excelling, and it's probably in our DNA too.
Right.
But I was also a bit of a rogue, because I went into the airline industry, the hotel industry, and that was not acceptable.
No.
How are you sending your daughter away to be a flight attendant, and then I came here and I became a radio jockey, and I've done all kinds of crazy stuff. But I love to learn. I was telling you earlier, I love to learn new things, and I just feel that looking back somehow, so many years, decades later, I feel the dots connect beautifully.
They did.
Right?
They did connect beautifully.
So nothing was lost.
Nothing. No.
And each experience, and it's not just the academic experience that I think builds us up, it's also the real life experience that you have.
Right.
that I feel proud of also. I mean, I finished my college and then I went towards hotel and airline and all of that. Otherwise, my parents may have disowned me. They wouldn't have allowed me to delay it, but they were quite confused at my choices at that time. But I'm doing what I'm doing now. I can tell you with confidence that I think my mother's super proud. Unfortunately,
Yes.
Papa is not alive to see that, but I'm very grateful. And I was telling somebody when I had won the Board of Ed election that I never realized that even in your 50s, you want to make your parents proud.
Of course. Of course.
It never ends.
Oh, 50s, it's just like you're reinventing yourself. Your kids are grown.
Yes.
Okay, so what am I going to do now?
Yes.
What are my passions? Where do I want to go?
How do I enhance myself?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it's just been such a great experience. It really has been such a great experience.
It is phenomenal. It's great. So you've been. This is your first time as a mayor.
Yes.
Okay.
Since January.
Since January. Okay. And you think you've been in service, in government service. I mean, in service of the community for some time. Do you feel that the temperaments have changed now than what they were before, or expectations have changed?
Well, I think as a committee, we are a committee of Democrats and Republicans, and we get along very well. We work very well as a team, and we listen to each other's suggestions, opinions, and we all want what's best for the town. So as long as we have that, I don't think there's anything we can't do.
That's amazing. So basically, if you go non-partisan and you think collectively with the single focus of serving the community, we can grow together.
Right. I mean, I'm a Democrat.
Yeah.
I am a Democrat. I've been a Democrat my entire life. But, local issues are not Democrat or Republican. It's what's best for the town, always. And I stand by that. I don't mix politics with government. And like I said, we work very well together. We've got a wonderful staff at Town Hall, and they kind of guide us with what has been going on over the past 5-10 years, things that need to be done. Because a lot of us, we're new, we're fairly new, so we don't know everything, and it's been a great experience. The public has been very open and listening, and I'm very proud of where we are right now.
Is there any issue that was a roadblock that you felt that, oh my gosh, okay, how do we get by this?
Well, we're going through the affordable housing right now. So, we're just trying to figure out, where we're going to go, what we're going to do. We want to do what's best for the town.
Of course.
We want to do what's best for the town, and its residents, and that's what we're super focused on.
Do you think being a town of that caliber, academically and socially and economically, it's tough to keep up to that image? I mean, Millburn is
You
a
mean
high rise.
personally, or
In the sense, like, what is the vibe in Millburn, in the Millburn community? What do the people feel that, okay, we need to uphold, or it's a struggle to uphold that position that we are in academically and socio-economically, or it's just, day at a time?
Well, we are a very diverse community, and our residents are from all different economic backgrounds, and I think that's what makes our community very special. That's how I've seen myself in reaching out to all these people. So I mean, you can live in this big gorgeous mansion, and you call on me, you email me for something, and I'm going to be there, and I'm going to help you as much as I can. And we're just trying to make sure that we celebrate everyone and that we help everyone. And
I think the diversity in Millburn and in this town is actually quite heartening. It is beautiful. And like we were discussing before we started recording, that there are so many families, like you yourself. You are a Millburn girl.
yes, I'm a Millburn girl.
And you're still in Millburn after your entire life. There are so many stories like that that really speak a lot for the town.
Yes,
right?
yes. And like I said to you earlier, we have a lot of young families moving into town that one of them went to Millburn High School, and they just love the community so much, and they want to raise their children here.
And that makes you feel like you're doing something right by being where you are, by giving back the way you have, and by inspiring the other people too.
Yes.
No, I think definitely. I think that actually gets me even more revved up to continue doing. And continue to not just do, but do more than what I may have done in the past, because I feel it's worth it. It's worth it. You see the fruit of your labor. And when I saw somebody walking by this road the other day, and she said, "Hey, what are you doing on the street?" I said, "Well, I moved homes because she used to be in my previous neighborhood." She said, "My daughter just came back to this town, and she bought a house, and this is her baby."
Isn't that great?
So three generations living in the same town.
Oh my God, it's wonderful. It is. It's wonderful. We have such a beautiful community and such welcoming people. A lot of people came in. A lot of people moved in over the summer, and they're just like they're wowed on what a beautiful town this is, and the people are friendly, and everybody's just willing to help everybody else.
And you are at every single event that happens.
I try.
You were dropping pumpkins this morning.
I was dropping pumpkins this morning. We were emptying out the truck for the Wyoming Presbyterian Church this morning. Beautiful pumpkin patch. Yeah. But that was someone asked me to spread the word, and I did. And then I'm like, well, I have to go now.
Yeah, I saw that post on Facebook saying, "Hey, come on, help us."
I have to go now, and we did. We laid all those pumpkin down in time for noon when the pumpkin patch opened. So it's beautiful.
No, definitely. I think Millburn is a beautiful town, and thanks to the leaders who strive and work very hard, because it is, after all, at the end of the day, a volunteer position.
Yeah, we do. We do work very hard.
You volunteer to take a big chunk of your personal time and serve the community. It's immense.
Yes.
I cannot thank you enough, and thank all our local leaders who do this on a daily basis, and their families who support them.
Yes.
The wind beneath your wings.
Yes. Yeah, I would not be able to do this without the support of my family.
No, I appreciate that. Is there a message that you'd like to leave for our audience before we wrap this up?
No, I just thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I love what I do in Millburn. As a human, it fills my heart. It really fills my heart, and I want to continue to do it as long as I can. Yeah.
Do something beyond your own. Leave a legacy.
Yeah. I see it in my children. I know. I see it in my children, and that is my reward.
That satisfies you.
That satisfies me.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Despite the busy, crazy schedule, you did this for us. Cannot thank you enough.
Thank you so much. No, it was beautiful.
Thank you so much. Welcome back for more beautiful stories and wonderful guests who I am so fortunate to get to speak to. This is Orator Academy Talks Uncut, OATS Uncut. Stay well, stay safe, and give back if you can. Take care.